Okay. So you have to have an email list because of all the reasons we discussed last week, the most important being that until you have an email, it's not really your lead. It really is just a rented from Facebook or Instagram or from wherever your followers are. So until you have that email in your hand, it's not really yours. So now that you know it's critical that you have an email list to build your business, now what? What do you do? How do you do that? Well, let's take a look. Today we're going to discuss the top 10 ways that you can build your email list and grow your follower list. So, let's go ahead and get started. First and foremost, you have to pick a platform. Email is not just something you're going to send from your Gmail account. Please don't do that. Yeah, you're going to get tagged for spam big time if you send a bunch of emails from your personal or from your business email. Just don't. You have to have a platform. And there are several options. They range in price, they range in difficulty, but I'm going to talk to you about the three best platforms specifically for beginners. So, first and foremost, probably the most popular and the most well known is MailChimp. I'm going to have links to all of this for you guys so you don't have to write it down. But MailChimp is great for growing an email list. It's very user friendly. There's a lot of options that it comes with templates where you can just drag and drop. It's very easy to edit. It's just like Word doc. So you can go in there and create your template and then duplicate it for the following and just swap out the information. Really, really easy with it's got great scalable pricing. Your first 500, only 500, used to be 2,000, but now your first 500 contacts are free and you can send out 1,000 emails per month. And after that, you have to start paying based on a sliding scale of how many followers you or how many subscribers you have and how many emails you send. But it's still pretty reasonable. Your second option for a new user, for a beginner, is a product called Sender. It's got a very generous subscriber and send limit. For $47 a month, it allows you to have 10,000 subscribers, which is one of the most cost-effective plans available. You can also send up to 120,000 emails, which is huge. A lot of times what will happen is you see that, oh, I can have 5,000 subscribers, or oh, I can have 2,000 subscribers. And what they don't tell you is you can only send out 1,000 emails, which is insanely frustrating when you have 2,000 subscribers and you can only send out 1,000 emails. How do you just pick your 1,000 favorite? Yeah, ridiculous. So Sender has some of the best sliding scale features, and it's very cost effective. And then the third one is something called Loops. It's great for automation. It's got a lot of pre-built automated templates. It's free for up to 1,000 contacts and 2,000 email sends per month. And then at the end of the month, of course, these all reset. So those are going to be your three best platforms for beginners. And it's essential. You have to have it to get started. Okay, the second thing in order to grow your email list, you have to motivate people to sign up. Telling them that you have a newsletter is not as enticing as one would think. People do not get excited about newsletters because a lot of newsletters are, come on, they're not that exciting. So you have to incentivize folks. And one of the easiest ways to do that is a free download. It's also called a lead magnet, hook, bait, however, whatever you want to terminology you want to use to refer to it. Most commonly a lead magnet. Okay, and the next question I always get, okay, so what am I going to offer for downloads? Well, let me give you some ideas. An ebook is a great download, and if you don't have an ebook, a lot of times it's as simple as formatting a few of your blogs on the same topic together to make that ebook. Like for example, if I wanted to do a free ebook on growing your email list, I could do 4 chapters and use the last 4 blogs because we talked about why you need it, how to grow it. Next week, we're going to talk about how to get it opened and then analytics. That'd be a great ebook. And it's content I've already created. I don't have to specifically create it. Something else that's great is an infographic. You have the ability to create those on Canva. If you don't have a Canva account, don't stop what you're doing right now and go set one up. Canva's the way to go. And they have so many templates where you just literally have to swap out the information. It makes it very easy for you. A how-to video. People forget that videos are options for downloads where the end user gets an automated email with a link to a YouTube video, or you could, a lot of times in most of these email platforms, you can embed the video directly in the email. But if not, YouTube works great. And it will also help grow your YouTube channel at the same time. white papers. If what you do is more technical, if you're in engineering, accounting, that kind of thing, white papers work really well. Checklist. Do you have everything you need? Again, we'll just use accounting as a resource. A great checklist for an accountant would be preparation for tax season, ready, what your checklist to know that you're ready to file your taxes. A cheat sheet is also a good idea, which is very similar to a checklist, really and truly. It'd be easy to tweak one and get the other. A coupon or a promotion. Download this, sign up for our email, and we'll automatically send you 20% off your next purchase or $5 off your next purchase. Or we're doing this promo where you sign up for our email, and if you buy one, you get one free. There's so many different ways to do promotions and coupons, and it is, especially if you're a retailer, excellent incentive. The next thing on my list is a template or a worksheet. I could very easily have an email template as a download where we can show you one of the easiest formats, one of the most digestible formats for emails, where you have your initial, your header, your first piece of information that's current, your second piece of information that sends them to a different platform, and your third that's promoting whatever it is you're selling right at this moment. So very simple stuff. Or a worksheet, again, very similar to a cheat sheet or a checklist. Free webinar where you have people sign up for a webinar series or for a free webinar. People do this often. The only drawback is I feel like if you're offering it for free, bring the value. That makes me crazy when I sign up for a free webinar and they use that 30 minutes or that hour to sell me something else. I don't like that. Give me some really good quality stuff, and I'm much more likely to want to spend money with you down the line. So if you're going to do a webinar, make it worth their while. That again, that makes me, this is a personal pet peeve. And then a free trial. If you have a paid service, like we have a subscription service, Social University, and for a very long time, you sign up and get your first month free, which is basically buy 3 months, get 1 month free. So you can do the wording, whatever works best for you. But free trials are great. There's just a great option. Okay, number 3 for growing your email list is going to be adding a pop-up to your website. I know that pop-ups can be a little bit intrusive, but if you do it correctly and you do it well, you're doing them a service instead of driving them crazy. So you have several options here. You can just do a really simple pop-up where people go to your page, and the pop-up is whatever's current. Right now, ours is a content calendar. It's a free download, but next month it might be email templates. It might be this email ebook. It depends on what it is you're offering at that moment. You also, and you have different versions of pop-ups. One is a scroll box, and a scroll box is when people go to your homepage and they scroll down the homepage, and it's automated so that it doesn't pop up until they get to a certain point on the page, because at that point they're already invested. It's very frustrating to me, especially I don't want to get buried behind a ton of ads, but if you have the same pop-up every single minute that something occurs, it can be a little irritating. So having a scroll box that's triggered, not a bad idea. Especially when you're doing it when they get down the page to a certain point. That way you're guaranteeing that it doesn't pop up in the first 5 seconds, which is frustrating. Just give me a minute to look at the website before you ask me to stay on the website. The second one would be to add a pop-up at your checkout. Don't forget to sign up for our awesome email newsletters where we're going to send you monthly promotions. Very, very simple. And people are much more likely to do it at that point too. And then, of course, you can also include it for any kind of registration. If you're signing up for a free webinar, you include it in the wording. Signing up for this webinar means that you are agreeing to get our regularly scheduled emails until you opt out. Very simple, but super helpful when you're growing that email list. Okay, number 4, call to action. I cannot tell you how many websites have no call to action. So what's a call to action? You have to have a reason for them to be there and to stay there instead of just going and looking and leaving. It's more of a passive call to action. Yes, you can get our download, but we also have a Calendly button where you can click it and schedule a 15-minute Q&A. And I'm happy to do it. Anything you want to know, you've got me for 15 minutes. I will answer any question that you need. You want to talk about services. You want to talk about, I hate to say this out loud, Facebook recovery, because everybody needs that right now. You schedule your Calendly link, and Calendly's free and it's very easy to integrate on your website, and it's a great secondary call to action. Now, you don't have to have that as your link. It might be something else, but it's really one of the easiest things to include. It might be, again, some other kind of more passive download, but Calendly is, again, super effective. I would consider that for my call to action. Okay, number 5, a landing page. You can have dedicated space that specifically functions to get you more emails. Okay, what do I mean? I mean, we have landing pages dedicated based on keyword terminology that are embedded in different blogs, that are embedded on different sites. If you go to our Pinterest site, our Pinterest account, you are probably going to see the lead magnet that says get your free checklist for Pinterest, get your free download for Pinterest. Instagram has, of course, a download for Instagram. Facebook has a download for Facebook. We have unique downloads for the specific platform, and you can generate as many landing pages as you want. Your website has unlimited pages. If this is confusing or frustrating or not super user friendly, we have been using a system called Funnel Gorgeous for landing pages. It's pretty good. And there's so many different ways to set that information up. It's not as user friendly as MailChimp, but it is a great way to generate gated content where you can automate it so that when somebody clicks on it or they click through to it, they automatically get what you told them they would get, and you get their email sent to your list, which is that's what you want. You want to automate as much as possible. Okay, number 6, you got to leverage your social media. This is the opportunity where you tell people about what you offer and you give them something for free. People have to be invested before they spend time or money with you. And I kind of joke around about it being a savings account. You have to put in, put in, put in before you take out. So it should be 80% give and 20% ask. I am going to give you free content about 80% of the time. And the other 20% of the time, I'm going to tell you that we do sell services. I can do an audit that costs money. I absolutely can sign you up for our membership, our monthly membership. But I do want to give you enough free information to where you understand that I'm the expert in my field. You understand that the content I'm giving you is current and valid, and you actually like me enough to want to spend money with me. That's how it works. So make sure that you are giving them value before you ask for their money. And I got a little sidetracked. So social media. You can have a button on every single one of your social media platforms that's an email generator or goes to a landing page. Of course, there's so many like Instagram and TikTok where you only get the one URL. Use it to your best advantage. You can use it to go to a landing page that you've pre-set up on your website, which is exactly what we do. And it has all the different social media platforms. But of course, we're going to ask for your email because we want the email. So you can have, and you want to promote that on your social media. Hey, don't forget, if you go sign up for our email newsletter, you're going to get this cool free download. In March, we're doing this one. In April, we're doing this one. So you can incentivize people to go do it, but leverage your social media. Okay, number 7, a contest, a giveaway, or a promotion. Contests work. People love to win stuff. And it doesn't have to be complicated stuff. Most people will slap their mama for a $5 ice cream cone. It doesn't have to be a $100 Visa card. As a matter of fact, we've tested this in the past. A lot of times, if it's super expensive or super detailed, they don't think they can win. So we'll have more people enter a contest to win a $5 prize than they would a $300 prize because they assume it's going to be harder to win the more expensive prize. And you're going to want to test this for yourself. But there are so many great contests or giveaways. You can literally put the link to your own landing page on any social media platform and say, I am having a contest. Everyone who signs up and the next week will go, their name will go into a drawing for a $10 Starbucks card. It does not have to be complicated. And it doesn't have to be yours. If you are a retailer and you have other retailers near you that want to access your followers, ask them to donate a gift to win. Very simple. It could be a dozen donuts from Heavenly Donuts. It doesn't have to be complicated and it doesn't have to be tremendously expensive. It just has to be effective. So promos, discounts, get it while it's hot, free stuff. People love that stuff. And it's very motivating to get emails. Okay, the next thing you want to look at are manually connecting with your contacts. Yes, I know we're a digital agency. Yes, I know we do everything online, but you still have to do stuff in person. And when I say manual, I mean sending out a request or two to your personal email list, That's fine. Don't send 200 emails to your personal list through your personal email. That is not fine. I mean, having an iPad, like, especially if you're a brick and mortar business, having an iPad sign up right there while they're checking out, or a QR code at your location so they can scan it while they're checking out and go ahead and sign up for the email list. Having an offline promotion where anybody who stops by between now and the end of the month, your name, if you sign up with our email, your name, goes into the hat for a drawing. But if you're going to do an offline promotion, you really need to have email as a requirement to win. And then, of course, you can require an email for purchases, which is pretty common. You just about can't buy anything online without submitting your email. I mean, it's just the way it is. And the most important reason, if there's something wrong with your order, they have to be able to get a hold of you. That makes total sense. I wouldn't want to order something blindly because if anything happened with the order, how are they going to trace it back to me? How are they going to know it's mine? How are they going to notify me if they're out or running late? You got to give an email. That's just a kind of a no brainer. Okay, number 9, you can have a referral program for new signups. And referral is refer a friend to our email list and get your own $5 coupon. A lot of times companies will reward new users and they forget about their loyal users, which is super frustrating. AT&T, talking to you. I want to be as invested for being loyal and valued as someone who's brand new. So refer a friend program works really well if you both get rewards. So refer a friend might look like you get a free service and they get a free service. It doesn't have to be that big of a give. It could be something simple. You refer your friend and they get a $5 discount or 20% off or a buy one get one free, and so do you, where you're both getting equal reward from the same system. I'm a firm believer in rewarding those folks who are loyal to you. I love new folks, love new users, but you got to keep your fans happy. Absolutely. And then, of course, the tried and true run an ad. It totally works. It doesn't have to be violently expensive 9 times out of 10 for most industries. You can do something really simple on any of the platforms or Google where you run an advertisement so that you can engage and actually get new emails. So many different ways to grow your email list. And of course, I mean, I can go deeper into each one of these, but it's a great place for you to get started, especially if you're new. The only day better than today to start gathering new emails would have been, yesterday. You've got to get started if you haven't gotten started because it really is all about the email. That is it for us today. Please join me next time where we're going to talk about how to stop vanishing in people's inboxes, how to get your emails opened, because all of this effort to grow your list and all of this effort to create an email that you send out on a regular basis doesn't mean a thing if people delete it. So let's talk about how to get them opened next time. Until then, I am Karen Taradas with Social U, and I'm here to help. Thanks.